everybody, it's Videobob, and I'm here to do another video here in my messy kitchen. I want to talk about how to clean some of your water-related electrical appliances, like the Keurig or a Mr. Coffee tea maker, and the best way of using these appliances. Now, first of all, let's say you've got one of these Keurigs, you've had it for a while, it's not running right. You know, you're telling it to make a 12 ounce, it's making 8 ounces, it's pumping slowly, it's not working right. Everything in it tastes like crap. Now, most of the higher end units have a cartridge you can take out and clean, like this. Some of the cheaper units, you can't take the unit out. But either way, what you're going to want to do, get yourself a bristle brush like that. This one is one I got from Tupperware. Okay, best brush I've ever found. Perfect cleaning brush. Now you can take this thing completely apart. And don't forget, on some of these models like this one, you have this little drip tray as well. This comes out, okay. And what you're gonna wanna do is simply clean these with a little soap and water, but you're gonna wanna use the magical solution. Bleach. Get yourself a bowl, fill it with a cup of bleach and some water, and soak these in bleach. Clean them. There should be no brown buildup in there. It should be perfectly clean plastic. Clean it with bleach. Bleach cleans plastic like you wouldn't believe. For instance, on these Mr. Coffees, you know, I've had this thing more than 10 years, right? And when this thing starts to get a little brown and cruddy inside, pour some bleach in there and it'll be bright white in no time. Now, let me tell you about my method of how I clean these things, okay? If you live in an area where you get a lot of white crusty buildup on your faucets, that's calcium and lime and rust. They make a product called CLR that gets rid of that. Now, if you have that problem, I recommend you do this. So take your Keurig machine or your Mr. Coffee or whatever, put about a half a cup or a cup of CLR in there and fill it up with water and run the machine through the cycle, just running hot water through it. And do that 2 or 3 tanks worth until all the smell and taste of that is gone. Make sure it's all clean. Then take some bleach. Take at least a cup of bleach, fill the tank up, fill it with water, and run that through a couple of tanks of fresh water until all the bleach is gone. And then you can do that again with some vinegar. You don't want to mix these chemicals because mixing the chemicals can be bad. Run it again with the vinegar. You do that, and then you run some clean water through it. You do that on any kind of machine, whether it's a steamer or a coffee maker, tea maker, anything that pumps water. I guarantee you it will work like it did when it was new, and you won't have any aftertaste of coffee or other things in there, but make sure you run clean water. But what is clean water? This is really the most important thing I want to talk about. What is clean water? Tap water is not clean water. Tap water generally, even in the cleanest cities, has 200 to 300 parts per million of just particulate, poo, paper, chlorine fluoride, and just general goo, okay? Now, bottled water isn't necessarily particulate free. When you buy sterilized water, anything called drinking water, right? Drinking water has, you'll notice it says enhanced for taste. When you read the ingredients, they put sodium benzoate, they put salt in it, and fluoride and other things to enhance the flavor. Even when you buy premium waters like Fiji water is enhanced with minerals. That's what makes it taste smooth. You know, it's the minerals that are in it. And those are particulates, and they build up on your pump mechanism in your machine. So here's my solution. Now, I'm not a paid endorser of this. I've just been using it. I use zero water. Zero water is called zero water because it comes with a little water tester. Let me grab it here. So if you were to take some city tap water, this is good old-fashioned Dallas, City of Dallas water. I test it, and it says there are 208 parts per million of particulate in that water. That's actually pretty good. Now, if I were to take my zero filter, let me take the filter out. Here's the filtered water inside there. If I were to test that, let me see. I get 1. It should be 0, but there's 1. So somewhere in there, there's like a drop of water in there that got in there that contaminated by 1 part per million, which is almost unmeasurable. Which means that using the 0 water filter system, there is 0 particulate in the water. It's nothing but water. There's no salt, there's no toilet paper, there's no carbon, there's no poo, there's no organisms. There's nothing in here but water. Now, that makes it pretty flavorless, I will admit. But this water's so clean, you could boil this water out of a pot and it would not leave any residue. If you were to take regular tap water, put it in a pot, put a 1/4 inch of water in there and boil it out, it's going to leave a white crusty residue. That white crusty residue is all the shit, and I do mean shit, that's in the water. Okay? 0 water doesn't do that. There's no particulate in it. There's no paper, there's nothing. If you use 0 water in your machines, like your Keurig and your Mr. Coffee, it won't build up. You won't have to do cleanings on it. Now, that's not 100% true, because you can, just from the surface, from air getting to it, organisms get in there, you can build up a little bit of slimy mildew in the tank. Like after like 6 months or a year, you might feel the tank and it feels a little slick, because you can't stop mold. It's in the air. It goes into the water. You're drinking it. You're breathing it. Pollen, dust. So you clean the tank with bleach. Put some bleach in there, swish it around, let it sit for a minute, rinse it out. Bleach cleans plastic, right? If you go to a garage sale and they've got some old Mr. Coffee maker sitting there for 25 cents and it's all brown and crusty, you can put a gallon of bleach through that motherfucker and it will run like brand new. Excuse my language. People always complain that I curse too much in my videos. Well, fuck those people. All right. So, use the 0 water filter in your Keurigs and in your Mr. Coffees, and that will cure those problems. I have, actually, you can't see it, it's out of view of the camera, but I have a 0 water, cooler. I could probably turn the camera and show you. Let me see if that works. So, yeah, over here. So, this is a thing you could buy from 0 water. I think it's like $50 or $100. I can't remember. But anyway, it sits on top of your water cooler, has 2 0 filters in there, and you pour your tap water in here, it filters, it goes through here, and then you have hot and cold running 0 water. That's a great investment, because when you just want a cup of water, want to make a cup of coffee, if you're one of those people that eats like ramen and that kind of crappy soup, you put some of that in there and that'll fix it. Let me put my camera back over here where I had it. Okay, so you know me, I don't edit my videos. It's just straight up me talking to you. So a lot of people liked my video that I did in my Air Fryer XL and other things that I've done here in the kitchen. And by the way, people ask me about my pictures up here all the time. Just Google Videobob, Videobob. If you see our Facebook or any of my web pages, I've worked with some rock bands. I was a music video producer. I made music videos for MTV. I toured with a lot of bands. I got to do a lot of cool things. I have my own tour bus that I travel in, if you've seen some of my other videos. I'm actually in a band myself, and I'm a custom car builder. And I've just gotten to meet every rock star that there is. And if you're into heavy metal, and that was the thing. So that's what some of these pictures are. Pictures of me and Dio and Metallica and just, all these people that I've got to meet. And that's what those pictures are. And you can see all those on my Facebook. But every time I do a video, people ask me, what are those pictures? And so I thought I'd mention them. Not trying to brag on myself, But anyway, I just wanted to share that because it amazes me how many people don't know how to clean one of these things. Now, Keurig does sell for like $12, $15 a bottle of descaling solution. But quite frankly, everybody's got some bleach in their house. Cost you 25 cents worth of bleach, and you can clean that thing out. Just make sure that you run enough clean water through it that you get all the bleach and the vinegar and the CLR out. Make sure that you give it the sniff test. Make sure you can't smell any or taste any. Bleach is bad for you if you drink it, but a tiny, tiny amount of it isn't going to hurt you, because believe it or not, that's what they put in the water. They put chlorine. Bleach is made of chlorine. They put chlorine bleach in the water to help sterilize it. It's just such an infinite, tiny amount. So, That's how to clean a Keurig. That's how to clean a coffee maker. Use Zero Water. By the way, Zero Water, I'm not sponsored by them, but if someone from Zero Water is watching this, I would like some free filters, please. Please send me free filters. Because let me tell you, filters are a little expensive, but they're worth it because there's no other way that I have found, not Brita, not Pure, not going down to the grocery store. There's no other way to get actual pure water other than having your own reverse osmosis distillery going on in your house. This is the best way to get absolutely particulate-free, clean water. And all the, and every time I see one of these news stories about people like in Michigan and California that have this horrible, dirty water, I'm like, it's expensive, but if they just had one of these, they could get clean water to drink. So get yourself a pure water tank. Or not pure, zero, sorry. Not pure. I've had the pure ones. They attach to your faucet. And try it. Get the water tester and try water out of the Brita, out of the Pure, out of a bottled water. Nothing will give you a zero reading like a Zero Water filter. Zero water. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Sorry it went on so long. Sorry for the people I offended with my cursing words. And subscribe. I got over 10,000 subscribers this month. That was really cool. Thank you very much. And I'm Videobob, and more to come.